Hello, welcome to this week's level 1 class. We're back in the clinic, so background's a little bit different, but nice to be back in. We're going to need a mat, a headrest, a circle for today's class, and we'll get started with the warm. So come over onto the hands and knees now. Hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. We'll arch the back, lift the head up, and then drop the head down. Push the ribs up to the ceiling. Drop the ribs back down. Lift the head up, looking up in front, and then drop the head down. Ribs to the ceiling again. Drop the ribs down, lift the head up, and last one, drop the head down, ribs up nice and high, drop the ribs down halfway, looking down between the fingertips, twist the elbows in, lift the left foot up, out to the side, have a look at the toes, and then back in. Right foot up and out to the side, and back in, left foot up and out to the side, back in, right foot up and out, and in, left foot up and out again, and last one on the right, and then back in. We'll bring the left leg back behind the body, right arm up in front, and little circles with the heel in the hand. Keep the hips and shoulders still. Big wide circles, and change directions. And then switch sides. Right leg back, left arm up in front. Little circles again to start, keeping the hips and shoulders still. Gradually make them bigger and wider. And then change directions. And then bring the arms and legs back down. This time we're going to bring the hips and shoulders to the left. Right leg back behind the body. And then right arm up in front. And then bring the arms and legs back down. Hips and shoulders to the right. Left leg back, and then left arm up in front. Keep the shoulders pinched together, especially the left side. Keep that shoulder blade back and down. And then arms and legs back down onto the mat. We'll turn over onto our backs next. So, head resting on a head block, hands by the side, shoulders relaxed, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, and a nice few toe taps to start with. Keep the back imprinted, and you can start to stretch the legs further and further away, tapping with the heel, focusing on that imprint the whole time. Keep the back flat. Good. Really stretch the legs out now if you want. Maintain the imprint. Legs to tabletop, and the 2 feet. And back up. And tap a little further away, and back up. And again. Good, 3 more, 2, and 1 last one, and then bring the feet down onto the mat. Next we're going to imprint the spine. We're going to grab our circle or our cushion, put the cushion between the thighs, imprint the spine, squeeze and relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep the back imprinted. 6, 7, smooth breaths in and out. 9, 1 more, squeeze and hold, and lift the hips up, keeping the rib cage down, and then back down. 1, 2, 3, remember spine comes up like a wave, 1 vertebrae at a time, rolling up off the mat, and then coming back down 1 at a time. Good, 4 more. Last 2, coming back down, arch the back at the bottom, and then exaggerate the imprint, lift the hips up, hold the hips up nice and high, rib cages down, bring the knees apart, and together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Roll the hips back down onto the mat, and then rest down. Next, we're going to work the gracilis. We're going to straighten the legs. We're going to work that adductor muscle that goes over the knee. So spine is imprinted. We're going to keep the left foot on the mat. Head is comfortable on our block. Left foot stays on the mat. Spine is imprinted. Straighten the right knee and squeeze and relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left leg stays still. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg and squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And bend the left knee. Perfect. Take the circle out for a second. Give the legs a little rest. We're going to bring the legs to tabletop and we're going to work the adductors in that position. So, imprint the spine, roll the hips back, legs into tabletop one at a time, circle between the thighs, squeeze and relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab the circle and bring the feet down. We have 2 more to the circle. We're going to have it between the ankles, start to create a little bit of rotational stability, and then we're going to straighten the legs to the ceiling and work the imprint a little bit more. So, imprint again, shoulders are relaxed, legs to tabletop, circle between the ankles, 90 degrees at the knees, 90 degrees at the hips, squeeze and relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab the circle and rest the legs down. One last one and then we're finished with it. Imprint again. Bring the rib cage down as you do that. Shoulders drop back. Legs back to tabletop. Circle back between the ankles. Straighten the legs to the ceiling. Squeeze and relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and hold. Drop the left leg to the side, back in, right and in, left and in, right and in, left, right, back in, 4 more, 3, 2, 1, and then bend the knees, grab the circle, and we'll leave it down to the side. Next, we're going to do some bridges for the glutes. So, we're going to imprint the spine, left leg into tabletop, we're going to lift the hips up, and back down. 1, 2, so we're getting a good range through the glutes here. 3, make sure it's a nice straight line from the knee through the hips to the shoulder at the top. 5, 6, keeping the rib cage down, working the upper abs. 8, 9, one last one, 10, and back down. Now we're going to switch sides. Right leg into tabletop, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then rest back down. Next one, we're going to bring the left leg into the chest, 2 hands around the thigh, hug the thigh nice and tight. I'm going to put even more pressure onto the glutes, so we really have to work them hard. Left leg into the chest, and lift and lower. You won't get the same height with this, but don't worry about that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and back down. And switch legs. Right knee to the chest. Left foot is on the mat, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And rest back down. We're going to do a different set of bridges, so I'm going to have the legs straight. We're going to do 10 lifts, with the leg being further away. It's a little bit more difficulty on the core and on the glutes. And then we're going to do the hip flexors at the end, some little pulses at the top. So, get yourself comfortable on the mat, head nice and on the head, nice and relaxed in the headrest, shoulders drop back, imprint the spine. We're going to straighten the right leg, roll the hips back, keep the knees in line with each other, and lower back down. So the foot hovers in one position. 2, 3, 4, ribs are down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10 and hold, and little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the right knee and rest the hips down. This works the iliac so as a deeper hip flexor inside the abdomen. Rectus femoris works as the knee is bent. So we're going to do the same on the left leg now. Straighten the left leg, thighs are in line with each other, hands by the side, imprint the spine, the ribs come down, and lift the hips. 1, 2, and at the left foot hovers in the same position. 3, 4, 5, 6, so we don't want this happening. 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. 1, pulses. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the left knee, hips in, and rest in. We're going to do a set of 100 next, and we're going to do a little bit more for the abs then, and then we're going to turn to our sides and really work the glutes. More. But a load of glutes work this week. If you did the express class, you'd be sick of doing them. Imprint the spine. We're going to bring the legs to tabletop, hands by the side, reach towards the bottom of the mat, chins tucked in, head and shoulders up, and beat the hands. 2, 4, 5, breathe out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, 2 more. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last breath in, and out. 2, 4, 5. Rest the head down, and bring the feet down one at a time onto the mat. Good. Next one. Straighten the legs down onto the mat. Make yourself comfortable. Hands back behind the head. Fling the arms forward, chin to the chest. Rolling up nice and tall. And then control back down onto the mat. Hands back behind the head again. Rolling up. 2. And back down. And again. 3. Chest forward at top. Keep the shoulder blades together on the way down. 4. Good. 5. Halfway through. Nice and controlled on the way back down. Don't drop that last little bit. We're going to reach the hands up this time. 6. And down. 7. Keep the hands straight over the head. 8. Good. And dropping back down, fingers pointing to the ceiling. 2 more. 9. And slowly coming back down. And the last one. Arms forward, chin to the chest, rolling up, reaching up. And then control it really slow. On the way down for the last one. As slow as possible. Keep those fingers pointing to the ceiling. Make sure you don't drop down the last little bit. And then we'll have a little rest there. Hard work with that one. Now, next, we're going to do some roll-ups. We're going to come up onto the back of the hips, so into boat pose. We're hovering on the hips, hips and knees are bent to 90 degrees. We're going to do 5 of them, have a little rest. We're going to roll back up again, and we're going to work the hip flexors a little bit more. So, hands back behind the head again, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, arms forward, chin to the chest, rolling up, chest comes forward, don't let the heels touch the mat, and then back down onto the mat. Control the end, don't drop back down. 1, 2, chest pops forward at the top. 3, shoulder blades together. 4, arms are parallel to the floor at the top. Last one. Chest forward. And then rolling back down, controlled. And then bring the feet down onto the mat and rest. Next, we're going to do one more, as I said, and work the hip flexors. Have a little rest for a second. Tough work on all the ab work. So, imprint the spine. Legs back to tabletop. Hands back behind the head. Arms forward, chin to the chest. Roll up into boat pose. Chest comes forward, keep the heels hovering. And extend the knee. 2, 3, keep the knees in line. 4, 5, chest is forward. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll back down onto the mat. And then rest the feet down. So the last few weeks we've had the hands back behind us to create some stability. We're going to do that for the next one. So you can straighten the legs down onto the mat. Hands come back behind the head. Arms forward, chin to the chest. Roll up nice and tall. And then make yourself comfortable on the mat. Hands back either side of the mat. Out nice and wide. Bend the knees. So you have 90 degrees at the hips, 90 degrees at the knees. We're going to straighten the right leg, lower it halfway, and little circles. 1, 2, 3. Keep the left knee still. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change directions. 10, 9. Keep pinching the shoulder blades together. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the right knee. Straighten the left leg. Hands circles clockwise. 1, 2, 3. Chest is forward. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change directions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the left knee. Rest down. This time, 2 knees together. Sit back into the hands. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Keep the knees where they are. And extend and bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. And then rest back down. We're going to lie back onto our back, do a couple more for the abs, and then we're going to turn over onto our back before we do the glutes and work those back muscles a little bit more. So head resting onto the block, hands by the side, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, small little flutter kicks. 2, 3, 4. Focus on the imprint, shoulders relaxed, smooth breaths in and out. Keep that imprint consistent, down at the back, bubble up and down. And then bend the knees and bring the feet down onto the mat. We're going to do 2 legs at the same time for the next one. So imprint again, same thing but just very small. Drop the heels a couple of inches away from the body. Legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, lower and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees and bring the feet down. Last one for the abs. We're going to roll the head and shoulders up. This is a confusing one. We're going to bring the legs to tabletop. Right hand to the outside of the right ankle, left hand to the inside of the right knee as we straighten the left leg away. Imprint the spine, legs to tabletop. Tuck the chin in, chin to the chest, head and shoulders up. Right hand to the outside of the right ankle, left hand to the inside of the right knee. Straighten the left leg and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't bring the knees past the hips. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last one, 10. Legs to tabletop and rest the head down. We're going to turn over onto our stomachs next. Just keeping an eye on the time there. So, 2 hands on top of one another and rest the head onto the back of the hands. Imprint the spine, so squeezing the abs, trying to flatten out the low back. And then lift the arms, head and chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pinch the shoulder blades back. 9, and the last one, keep the chin tucked in. Hold the arms, head and chest up. Lift the legs up. Keep the back as flat as you can. And kick the legs back and forward. Keep squeezing the abs. And then rest the head back down. Next one, we're going to bend the knees. Head resting onto the back of the hands. Squeeze the abs, flatten the back as much as can. It won't be as easy with the knees bent. And lift the left thigh up. And down. 1, 2, 3. Keep the pelvis still. 4, 5, 6. So we're getting the glutes working here in their end range. We're getting the muscles squeezing really hard. And last one. And then straighten the legs back down. Turn the head to the side, or rest the forehead on the mat. Bring the hands back by your side. Pinch the shoulder blades. Lift the hands up, twist the thumbs out. Chin stays tucked in, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. And then rest back down. Right. Next, we're going to turn onto our side. So rest the head onto the bottom hand, back of the mat, your back line up to the back of the mat, feet to the front corner of the mat. Push the top heel away, hand onto the top hip here, onto the hip bone at the front, make sure it doesn't move. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold little circles. 1, 2, keep the hips still. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change directions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest the leg down. We're going to do big circles next. Again, hip stays still, push that leg away, kick the leg forward, up, back and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure this hand doesn't move. Push the heel away all the time. Last one, and change directions. Make sure that leg goes up nice and high. It doesn't start to slip and get lower. 5 more. 4, round circles. 3, 2, last one, and rest down. We're nearly there. Cycling forward and back. Then we turn over, and we're going to stretch out the quads today. Lift the leg up 2 inches, and cycle forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The chin stays parallel to the floor all the time. And then the pelvis again doesn't move. And backwards. Good. Keep that chin parallel to the floor. Make sure the knee doesn't drop down. Last 2. And last one. And rest the leg down. While we're here, grab the front of the quads. Bring the right knee forward so it locks your pelvis. And then stretch that top leg back. Bring the bottom leg forward and stretch the top leg back, resting the head down onto the bottom hand. Good. It should feel a good stretch on the front of the thighs. And then bring the leg back. And we'll turn over onto the opposite side. And the same thing. Head resting onto the bottom hand, back lined up with the back of the mat, hips sweeping forward to the front of the mat, toes pointing forward, hand onto the top of the hip, keep that hip bone still, and lift and lower the top leg for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Push the heel away. Make sure the hip doesn't reach up towards the shoulders. Last one. And keep the leg hovering. Little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This time make sure the pelvis doesn't rock back and forward. And change directions. Good. Round circles. 2. And the last one. And rest the foot down. Big circles next. When we make the transition, go the opposite direction. Make sure the circles are still nice and high. The foot doesn't start to get lazy and not lift up anywhere near the same height. Lift the top leg a couple of inches. Kick the leg forward, up, back and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look down at your foot at the top of the circle. Have a look in the wall behind us. If there's a mark there, you can go, right, that's the height you get your foot up to. We're going to match that now as we change direction. So 1, you can see my leg goes up over the storage heater. That's your mark. You want to keep that leg going up nice and high. 7, 8, my foot's getting lazy, up nice and high. 9, last one, 10, and then rest the leg down. Grab the front of the top ankle, bring the bottom knee forward, and then stretch the quads back. My left leg cycling forward. We're going to come back to that now in a second. I knew we got that through that too quick. Nearly got away with a couple of exercises off. Bring the leg back down. 2 legs to the front of the mat. Lift the top leg 6 inches and cycling forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, make sure that knee doesn't drop down. 8, we don't want to see it like this. 7, 6, 5, 4. We also don't want to see it up in the air like that. Keep the shins parallel to the floor as you can. Last one. And rest the leg down. Turn over onto your back. And we're going to stretch the glutes out. There's a lot of work today on the glutes. So cross the right ankle over the left knee. You can push the right knee away if you want. Or you can get the 2 hands behind the left thigh and hug the thigh to the chest, keeping the head and shoulders drop back. And then switch sides. Right foot on the mat, left ankle over the right knee, and again you can push the left knee away with your left hand, or you can get 2 hands behind the right thigh, left hand going between the legs, right hand around the outside, and hug the thigh to the chest, drop the shoulders back. And then bring the right foot back down. And then the last one, my favourite stretch, right hand out to the side, right leg across the body, rotating the spine as much as you can. Keep that right shoulder pinned down and get that right knee as close to the mat as you can. And there's a little pop or crack in the lower back, even better. And then come back to the middle. And last one, left hand out to the side, left shoulder stays pinned down, left knee comes across the body. So we're stretching out the glutes, we're stretching out the lats, the pecs all on the left side, the facet joints in by the spine, and that's where you feel that little pop come from. So that's nitric oxide in those little joints off the back of the spine, and you just get released. So the nitric oxide builds up as you get yourself into kind of a poor posture. It gets sucked in by a vacuum within the joint, and it adds a little bit of pressure when you go to straighten back up into a better posture. So sometimes you have a little pop, everyone feels a lot better, you can stand up straighter, it feels easier. So if we can get that nitric oxide to release out of the joint, you'll feel better. Doesn't always get in, so you might always feel a pop, but if you do, generally feel a little bit looser afterwards. And then back to the middle, and then we'll finish with that. So that's the level 1 class for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the long weekend, and take it easy. Bye bye.